Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jack, you are a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by pt2 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have also released the Pay What You Want tabletop RPG Daughters of Lamb, where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their free tabletop RPG, the Red Roleplaying Game. This is a generic system that can handle any sort of theme, flavor, genre, setting that you can think of. Definitely check it out, all of the links will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, I continue my review series featuring Labyrinth Lord. Specifically, this is the revised and expanded edition. If you haven't seen the other parts of this review series featuring this cornerstone of the OSR Fantasy Tabletop RPG movement, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to take a look at the various classes/species. We start with the Brownie. This is specific to this game, to this edition of Labyrinth Lord. Brownies are cousins of elves. Let me show you the image. It looks a bit creepy, don't you think? Like a bit of a trickster, creepy type of character. Brownies are cousins of elves, sharing similar features. They average between 4 to 4.5 feet of height. When it comes to their weight, it's about 90 pounds. Brownies have pointed ears and are generally wavy. Unlike elves, they are actually quite sociable, commonly living among humans and the hobfolk. The hobfolk are a bit like the halflings in this game. And in the case of the Brownies, not only are they a bit like pranksters, they also enjoy domestic harmony. That's why they get along with people. Some of their class features include wizard spells. You can cast wizard spells. You have night vision. You can use any weapon except large or two-handed weapons. You cannot use armor that is heavier than leather. You cannot use shields. You have some limited capacity when it comes to burglar type of skills. When you reach 8th level, you can establish your own burrow, attracting Brownie families. And these are just a few of the features of the Brownie. All of the classes have their own Thaco or Thaco table, the spell progression table, if necessary, the level progression table, etc. Next we have the Burglar. Burglars have a range of unique skills associated with their profession that make them very handy companions in adventures. However, burglars can be shady and sometimes not very trustworthy. They could have a bit of problem when navigating the shady environments of the burglar guilds. Burglars are pretty fragile. When compared to the Brownie that has 1d6 of hit dice, yeah, the Burglar 1d4. So be careful, you sneeze or you trip and you die. Be very careful. Some of the features of the Burglar include Burglar skills. They can use any weapon, and they can backstab, getting a bonus to their hit and to their damage. They cannot wear armor that is heavier than leather. They cannot use shields. And they have some limited capacity when it comes to reading non-magical writing and using wizard scrolls. Your burglar skills are the usual repertoire: pick locks, move silently, find and remove traps, climb walls, etc. And then we have, of course, the Cleric. Clerics have pledged their lives to serve a deity, to further the desires and will of their gods or goddesses. Clerics use divine energy in the form of spells which are granted through prayer and worship. And they are also trained on the fine art of eliminating opponents, preferably up close and personal, but they cannot use pointy weapons or cutting weapons. Of course, your features include the use of clerical spells. You can turn undead once per encounter. You can even destroy them, if you are lucky enough. The cleric is pretty straightforward. You don't have too many features because your great power comes from your spells, of course, which are a bit focused more on healing, protection, but also there is some damage to it, not as much when compared to the other spellcasters. But at the same time, your martial prowess, the use of weapons and armor, allows you to be a backup frontliner. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we are going to continue with the classes, starting with the Cyclops. I really enjoy the Cyclops, so definitely don't miss the next part of this series. The Brownies feel a bit, how we say, a bit too powerful. That is, I'm not saying that, no, you shouldn't include Brownies, because they are balanced in the sense that they level up much slower when compared to other classes. They need 3000 experience points to get to level 2, just to give you an example. But definitely their combination of wizard spells, they are so small, and the limited burglar skills, they are a bit like stealthy casters. And because they are sturdier than the burglar, they are also pretty good at fighting, although they cannot wield heavy weapons, that is two-handed weapons or large weapons. In the case of the burglar, wow, yeah, you're going to be quite fragile, but it's all about staying hidden, being an opportunist, using your ranged attacks. You're mostly there for utility purposes. But when it comes to the huge bonus that you get when backstabbing, both into hit and damage, I think it's a nice trade-off, especially if you consider that they level up considerably quickly. Excuse me. In the case of the cleric, it's still the powerhouse that we all know and love. The hit dice, it's a bit low, 1d6, but still, the use of armor and weapons adds to your survivability, and that is without even counting the spells and your ability to turn undead, of course. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master, and remember, in tabletop role-playing games, it's not about what you want your characters to do. It's about what your characters are doing. Once again, thank you and see you later.